Continue with, forgive us our trespasses, to become aware of your own sin is a very important part of prayer. Ignatius of Loyola said that if you lost every aspect of prayer, but you kept what he called the consciousness examen, which was this examination of your...
What have you done wrong?
Go over your day in light of God's things, opportunities given to you, good things you did, but then where did you mess up as you went? He said if you kept that, you kept the essence of prayer. I'm teaching someone to pray, I'll say, focus on that line. What are the sins that I'm committing? As we forgive those who trespass against us, what's blocking you? Because very often in prayer, I think it's one of the rules of prayer. Persistence is one, but another is forgiveness. That if there's a block, there's somebody that you're hating on and someone that you're resenting, there's an old grudge, you got to deal with that. So those who trespass against us, lead us not into temptation. Lord, what right now is tempting me away from making your name hallowed? I mean, I just will walk someone through that prayer and say, take line by line, take even 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be all day. You're not becoming a Trappist monk. But 10 minutes, take the time, find the place, and then walk through those lines.
Well, it's no different, in my estimation, than deciding, since you have to journey through the day, where are you going? Well, who knows? Well, you're not going to get anywhere good with that attitude. Why don't you set yourself up with a vision? Well, what's the best possible vision? Well, aim at the best. Well, what's the best? Well, you don't exactly know, but you could open yourself up to the revelation of your ignorance in relationship to the best.
Hallowed be thy name.
Exactly. I'm going to
your
try
kingdom come, your will be done.
I'm going to turn myself over to what's the highest insofar as I'm capable of doing that.
And help me remove blocks to that. That's the essence of prayer.
Could I ask you a question?
Yes.
And you invoke Thomas Merton. It's not inappropriate, this question. I've studied scientifically and I've taught many years, Buddhist meditation and contemplative practices. These steps are in there virtually the same, and some of the work, the McNamara and other, the decentering, that's a term from McNamara, neuroscience of religious experience. When you center, and you understand I'm not being the village atheist or anything ridiculous like that. Well, how do you distinguish, and this is an open question, I want to hear what you have to, how do you distinguish between, I think it's undeniable, and Merton acknowledged it, it's undeniably shared across these traditions. There seem to be deep fundamental principles about how the mind works, and these contemplative mindfulness practices, meditative practices, we do experiments on it. You can show profound effects, the affordance of insight, et cetera, et cetera. How do you distinguish that from what you would call like the intimacy of God?
Yeah, I mean,
is that a fair question?
Sure, and Merton, I think, someone who delved into Buddhism pretty deeply and also knew his own Christian tradition very deeply, saw those points of contact. In the very last talk he ever gave, because he died right after he gave this talk, he said,